Hey folks, Glenn May here with BassResource.com, and I'm here with Hank Parker with another episode of Hank Parker's Fishing Tips. This week's question, Hank, it comes from Steve Watts from Covington, Washington, and he wants to know, how do you mentally rebound from a bad tournament to get ready for the next one?
I like that. You say that's from Steve Watts?
That's from Steve Watts.
Hey, Steve, that is a great question. I appreciate that. And Glenn, thank you so much for having me. And I am hoping that we've got a lot of high school tournament fishermen on the forum and listening to the answer to this, because these guys struggle so much with mental attitude. You can't let your circumstances dictate your game plan. If you watch the New England Patriots football team, you can watch a team that doesn't matter how bad they're getting beat, they never quit, they stay with their plan. So it's really, really important for you to be able to make that game plan the night before. And I'm not saying don't make adjustments during the day. You can adjust if the wind starts blowing, and you can use more aggressive type baits and all sorts of different adjustments and fine tune your pattern. But don't deviate from your game plan just because it's not working. Don't lose hope and focus. Stay with it, man. If you've worked it out in practice and you've got it figured out, it's just make little changes and adapt to maybe little sets of circumstances, but don't let it start messing with your mind to the point you just throw it all away. I know so many guys that they'll go out and they'll find these tournaments in off-colored water, and all of a sudden they go up there and they fish that spinnerbait for 45 minutes to an hour in the prime time, and they had high expectations and it didn't pay off. And instead of them making a small adjustment, maybe getting a square bill and backing off a little bit, or maybe going to a little bit smaller bait and maybe a little different presentation, they just throw it all away and crank up and go 30 miles down the lake to a whole different set of watercolor, and just everything they learned in practice, they threw it away because mentally they were convinced it wasn't going to happen there. Don't do that. I've been and fell into that game. And for me, there are going to be days that you'll come back to the weigh-in and there'll be somebody there that said, I just threw everything away I had and I gave up and I went down and started fishing a worm in deep clear water and left all that muddy water, and it really paid off. That's the exception of the rule. For me, in my whole career, when I stuck with my plan and made little changes and didn't get discouraged mentally, just stayed with it, that paid dividends for me. And consistently it paid off by staying with your plan and not letting circumstances dictate your mood. That will make a big difference.
Fantastic advice, Hank. Steve, thanks for the question. You can't get any better advice than that from a two-time classic champ. Thanks for sending that in, and I hope that answers your question. For more tips and tricks, be sure to visit Hank Parker's site at hankparker.com. And there's lots of tips and tricks on there. You can just go through that and spend hours on that. Be sure to check it out. In the meantime, subscribe to the channel and we'll notify you the next time we post more of Hank Parker's tips. Have a great day.
Good deal.